What's going on, everybody? What's up?
Hey, I gotta go because I am wearing a green shirt. So now I'm blending in. So I'm gonna go change really quick.
Hey, stand up for a second. Let everybody get a good look at that.
What?
Yeah, that's
PLR logo on my shirt?
good.
Oh,
No.
it's coming in a little bit. Yeah, no. Need to
You're
change.
like a ghost. Whoa, there she
I'm
goes.
disappearing.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna
hey,
go change my shirt.
technology, right, everybody?
Yeah.
What's up? What's up? Give me some thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumbs up, please. I see one thumbs up over there. Jesus Loving Homesteader. What's going on? Awesome to have everybody here. Have a great night tonight. Great show coming up. We got some great visitors. There you go. How about that banner? Welcome to the ranch. Make sure as you're coming in that you hit that thumbs up, please. We appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We're going to keep working with this technology side a little bit here. Get to this green screen. Still trying to get that acclimated. Let me see. It's so touchy. So touchy. If you go too far on that looks pretty good. So we tried to put the light a little bit different location too, so that way hopefully we won't be so washed out. So make sure you let us know if that's working out or not. So again, thank you everybody for stopping on in here. Let's see who we got in here so far. We had Garrett Wilson in here first up. What's up, Garrett? Thank you so much for coming in here. He says he's so excited for the show. Me too, buddy. Me too. Wonderful young man right there, Garrett Wilson. All right. Thank you, Garrett, for coming in here. Nunya, Texas on the back 20. What's up, Jake? Appreciate you being here. One of our former visitors, but forever in the fam at the promised land. Man, that rhymed pretty good right there. Hey, this is what you have to deal with when Monica's not here. You know what I'm saying? She's not here. I have nobody to look at, and I just looked over at her. So that's a failure. Okay. So hopefully we never get sick, or one of us, or, it's hard to say what might happen. So, Jake, thank you for coming in, part of the fam. Let's see who else we got here. We got Huga Homestead. Huga, thank you so much for helping me pronounce that. I actually, when you sent me a message last time, I had to take a screenshot because I was like, man, that is not how I would pronounce that at all. But I am not an English major either. So anyway, thank you for stopping in. Huga Homestead. Thank you. I'll make sure I tell Monica to pronounce it right when she gets in here too. So we're going to keep playing with that green screen too. It seems like I'm blocking the light or something. Let me get a little closer. All right, so we got 13 folks in here. Thank you again so much for stopping in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up as you're coming in. Let's see who else we have in here. We have got Arizona Highland Homestead. What's going on, Nick, from the mountains in Arizona? Okay, so Highland, is that due to where you're from, like the part of Arizona, or is that something to do with the cattle that you're raising? That would be good to know. All right, so Nick from Arizona Highland Homestead, thank you for joining. We really appreciate you jumping in here. Got a great show for you tonight. Got some very, very intelligent folks coming up in here. I got to get on my A game. Let's see, Jesus Loving Homesteader, also a former guest on the show last week. If you didn't get a chance to check up on that, go back and check that out. Also very, very intelligent people. We appreciate their friendship above all things and the love of the Lord that they have. So whoop, whoop. I don't know who that is. I'm going to guess that's Carmen writing whoop, whoop. Okay. Ormsby Farm. What's up, Casey? Yes, if you all have not had a chance yet to check out the collaboration that we did through Ormsby Farms, make sure you go check that out. It was an awesome, awesome collaboration. I'm not going to touch on that just yet. I'm trying to buy a little bit of time while I'm waiting for Monica to get here. So let's see who else we got. And for those who've just joined in, Monica had to go change her shirt because she had a green shirt on, which when you got a green screen rolling behind you and then you're wearing a green shirt, doesn't work out too well. She looks like kind of like a ghost. So, and I hear her coming. See, that's the cool thing about the green screen too. Oh, look at this.
Red shirt.
All right.
Texas.
So she's repping Texas.
Boom.
But What I like most
Not
of all
green.
about that is the fact that it's red and it goes with our green screen.
It works great.
So that means Monica's getting ready for Christmas. What's up, girl?
Yep.
Watch that grease.
It's okay. I just got to get closer because you can't see. It's all about Eric.
No.
You're a diva.
Everybody was starting to drop off when they saw it was just me. They were like, where's Monica?
And they were like, that's right. Monica always says Eric's a diva.
Okay. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. All right. So let's see. We got 18 people in here. Thank you all so much. So
yay. Thanks for coming over.
we're going through here. I was telling everybody because I'm going through acknowledging everybody. And we have Ormsby Farm over here. And I was
Hey, Casey. He was line dancing just a minute.
I was telling everybody to go check out the collaboration, but I wanted to pick on Monica for a second because this girl right here, she was all struggling. With that video, man. She was.
I'm not the only one though. You know, I was just talking to Sis. I just saw Sis's post from Kadesh Farms, and she was having a hard time. Her video was put up and then it was deleted. There's a lot of good content in those videos, and I'm gonna tell you what, something's fighting back against them videos because there's a lot of video issues people were having. I think people were having a lot more video issues than we realized. So
here, let me scoot over a little bit.
I'm coming over a little bit. Are
the chairs getting wider or something? I mean, why are we having a problem getting in the screen?
I think that you're all about the screen. You just didn't have the screen over enough, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway,
so who else we got here?
Hey, Chelsea, Vision Acres.
Whoa.
Chelsea and Mike.
No. Don't be jumping ahead.
Is it the government? No. It's the devil, Casey. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Or it could be the government, too.
All right. Let's just stay focused on man, that bald spot. Oh, it's not even on my bald. It is on the other side of the bald spot.
That light shining bright. This is crazy. I don't know. I don't like this. But that's mine. Okay. Casey, the conspiracy theorist.
Okay, so we have Jake. We have Mr. Yogi Hollow. That is Ryan. What's up? Shout out to Ryan. Got himself what was it, an antelope? No, not an antelope.
He got an antelope? I think it.
Not an antelope.
What did he get?
Was it an elk or something?
An antelope. It wasn't an antelope.
Was it an antelope?
I think it was an antelope. You're thinking like a jackalope. It's not a jackalope.
No, no jackalope. Why are you get off of the control?
I'm touching stuff.
Don't touch the control.
Yeah. See, Casey?
No.
Not today, Satan.
Do not touch the
Gagne Farms, they lost 3 subs this morning.
Hold on.
That's because they put videos up. That is good stuff. These, I'm telling you, right there, had 2 videos taken down the last couple of weeks rambling with the brooms. Are you serious, Scott? Crazy. By the way, I saw you. Well, I started watching the video of you trying the Vegemite, Scott doing the Vegemite with the with Hooper's Mayhem, and then also Jesse from Lazy Days with Jesse and Lisa. Seriously, that looked fun. I'm gonna go back and watch that. Okay. So it's on my list of things to go back and watch.
We got. You clicked on something. You weren't.
Hey, Niecy.
You took the band. Why do you stop touching stuff?
What?
Everything was running smoothly until you left. Or no, until you came back.
And when I got back, we got more viewers and more chat.
All right. So Vision Acres, what's up? Ricky Ventures. Also, let's see. Gagne Farms, Eric. And I got that name down, Pat.
Yeah, he literally has like beard and everything.
He's literally got the awesomest name.
He's got a good name.
Just good?
He's got a good name, yeah.
Just good.
It'd be better if it was Erica, because Erica is a good name.
Okay.
Erica's a great name.
All right. Lisa is in the house. Thank you, Lisa, for jumping in here. Soon to be retired, I think, or maybe the day is already come. No, it's November, right?
I think it's, but I think she's not like full. I think she's like half day in it. Or maybe, no, you're fully rolling out. Yeah.
You know, I only worked, I think, with one guy that was retiring.
Yeah.
And he acknowledged himself like the last year for retirement was all goof off time. And the thing was, I was a supervisor, but I felt bad even trying to, he was a good worker. I'm not going to take that away at all, but
you might keep going. People are coming in.
Okay. All right. 20 people here. Thank you. Hit that thumbs up on the way in. All right. Let's see who else we got.
Creek's here.
There's
jump Niecy. Ahead. I'm way ahead. I'm
Niecy, yes. Freehandly made.
Yep.
I hope everything's okay with your son.
Adventures on the Home.
He had some work,
work done.
Some teeth work.
Oh, some dental work.
Dental work. Yeah, never good. We already said hi to Lisa. Let's see. Ormsby Farm. Let's see who else we got in here. Rambling with the Brooms. What's up, Scott? Yeah, Monica already took the thunder out of that earlier.
Texas. See, look, way far behind. See, you're super far behind. That's like when I came in. You're like 5 minutes behind. Jeez,
what's going on? What?
Troy's here. Howdy.
How can you tell them?
How far you're behind? Because it says they've commented at 8:07. It's 8:11.
Oh, well, we were
Troy.
chatting.
No, you were chatting. Hey, Modest Moon Gazer. I got her. Oh my word. I got her stickers today. Check out my Instagram and post the picture. Her stickers are super pretty. Not like everybody else's stickers aren't pretty too. They're great. Modest Moon Gazer. Oh my gosh, they're like shimmery. Abigail was like, ooh, these are pretty stickers. I was like, yeah, girl. Yeah, they are. They're awesome.
All right. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out this guy yet, Texas Carnivore, don't look for a channel because he doesn't have one.
He just has a fun name.
This is my dad, everybody. Backdrop makes me hungry. This man eats a lot of beef.
Yep.
Okay. And that right there is a logo that we have on our shirt. If you haven't had a chance to check out the merch, go check it out. But that is, it makes it look like it's a white face. That's really what we were shooting for originally.
Yeah.
But like Monica was saying in that video, sometimes you gotta be flexible.
Yeah, be flexible.
Flexible with your plans.
So there's a lot of people coming in and you're not saying hi.
Hi, everybody. I'm trying to get to it. So, Monica's slowing me down.
Hello. Get your Hickorycroft's here. They've been here. They've been here for a while. They've been here for at least 4 minutes.
Okay.
Let's see. There's other people who are coming in. Let's see.
Else? Keep going. Tell me who else. I already said the hi to
Blue
Jake.
Collar. You didn't say hi to Trinity.
I want to say hi to Trinity.
And Tim. He's recovering with his surgeries he had.
Hope everything's all right. Adventures on the Homestead. There you go. Beat you to that.
No, I've already seen him. I actually was about to say hi to him.
But you didn't say anything.
Because I was trying not to steal your thunder. Lisa Colovi's in the house.
Do you need to change your shirt again or something?
No, I already changed my shirt. See? Yellow. I'm red, Texas. And Dale's here. Hey, Ann Dale.
What's going on, Ann? Thank you so much
let's see who else is here. I'm all up in this joint. Let's see. Tina Ladybug's here. Rebecca Davis is your first live with us. Yay. Thank you for being here.
Rebecca Davis?
Yeah, Rebecca Davis is here. Well, Jackie Saylor is here.
She's repping MD.
Yep.
I guess you can't really do that. We never did that.
What, repping MD?
Yeah, it's not a thing.
Sweeney's Creek is here.
I just made it up.
What, repping MD?
Yeah.
Hey, can you take that thing down off my face? I'm too short for that.
This?
Yeah.
Well, pick your chair up then.
I can't. We're already doing this.
If I go back to
Wanda, Louisiana style. Hey, she said she's new here. Granny sent her here. Thank you so much for coming over.
Well, look at that. We put up a banner just for you.
Welcome to the ranch.
Welcome to the ranch. Who was it? Did you write it in your book?
I didn't write it in my book yet. Wanda, Louisiana style. I'm assuming your name is Wanda.
What's up, Wanda? Thank you so much. Some people.
Yeah, Ann Dale's here. That's awesome. Oh, Ann Dale, she had such a good video in, it was like a marriage video. And she did a really good like analogy with like gardening and how to keep your marriage fresh and how to like, it was really good. Cause like gardening and I like gardening analogies and stuff. Awesome. Okay. Christy's here. Hey, girl.
Christy who? Who's Christy?
Christy Smith.
Tell me who this Christy
Crinkle hair from the Florida. She said, girl, it's 9 o'clock. That's my bedtime. And I was like,
wait a minute. Is this?
Yeah, it is. So
What's
anyway,
up, girl?
Yeah, even though you said I wasn't allowed to, I said Christy wasn't allowed to because that way if she came in here and saw us, she was going to see us and not miss us. And then she wouldn't come visit. But I told her she couldn't come watch us because then she wouldn't miss us. And then she would have to come visit us instead of watching us here. So you can come say hi. And then you can, yes, Christy, he whispered your secret name to me. Yeah. So go blue. She said go blue. She's Michigan.
Because of the banner.
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Did you do that just for Michigan?
I didn't know she was coming. Christy, had I known, I would have had something special set up for you.
There you go. See? She's staying awake just for us because she usually goes to sleep. Okay. Yeah, see, Gani Farm, go blue. She's all about Michigan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there you go. Christy, you got Gagne Farms there. He's a local to you.
Well, no, she's in Florida now.
I think. Well, I'm talking about the Wolverines. Yeah.
Hey, Jason with Gardening with Goody.
What's going on?
Ricky Ventures. Yeah, Ricky Ventures wants to know if you don't have anything special for him. He's in Minnesota.
You know what? Let me tell you about that real quick. I see what Ricky's doing. He's a sly little fox. I see what he's doing.
What's he doing?
So I was watching a video on his the other day, and somebody, I don't know who it was, had who's from Michigan? Who's from Michigan? If you're from Michigan, go ahead and comment. Adventures.
Raise your hand. Adventures on the Homestead said, who's from Michigan?
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know the live in this chat, if you hit @ and then start writing their name, then it will highlight their name so that they don't have to go back and find whatever you wrote. So, okay.
And Sweeney's Creek, I saw that just now, and I'll check my email tonight, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
We're down for usually anything. Anyway, go ahead, keep going.
What are you down for a hot pepper?
No, I'm not down for a hot pepper.
Well, the other. What are we not supposed to say? What word?
Michigan?
Oh.
Oh, go blue, maybe? Because he's from Ohio.
And yeah, if you're in here and you're from Ohio, then what you can do is you can rub it in all the Michigan people's faces that your football team knows how to win. Oh no. I'm sorry.
Did I say that? Said that? We're going to go. We're going to lose viewers. It's going to be bad.
It's going to get bad.
They're going to unfriend us. They're going to unfriend, unfollow, unsubscribe. It's going to be rough.
All right. Well, let's do the reverse of that. When you come in here, if you're not subscribed yet, hit subscribe. For those.
Gagny Farm said down with the Buckeyes.
I've started a war.
I watched a video today that he did where he made
hold on.
Brisket. Or no, he made a pork butt. It looks so good.
Okay.
Oh, Huga. It's Huga. Huga Homestead.
How did you know that?
Boom, baby. Because I watch people's lives.
Okay.
I watch lives, and he says on the thing, Huga.
Yeah.
Huga Homestead. Boom, baby. They played really well against the poor orphans and the blind nuns this year. Troy. Rebecca says, I don't really care who state you're from as long as you're here. That's very true.
All right.
Oh, Vision Acres, Boomer Sooner.
So, Troy's having a hard time spelling. He's just putting O and H.
Oh, hi.
Anyway, what I was going to say was on Ricky Ventures. I was watching a video of his. By the way, Ricky, I like your videos when you do the little walk around thing and you find kind of like cool. I don't know what you kind of video you call that, but that's a pretty cool thing.
What, the walking around thing?
Yeah. So he did this thing. I think it was called the Baptism Creek or River or whatever.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Mm-hmm.
And man, it was beautiful. And one of the people had commented on his video that they had never been there and they didn't realize that it was so beautiful up there. And I was the same way. I don't really know much about Minnesota other than it's cold in the wintertime.
And that when you say it, you have to say Minnesota. That's how you have to say it. It's not Minnesota. It's Minnesota. That's my accent version. It's bad, okay?
Can you not do?
It is what it is.
Please don't do that again, though.
Minnesota.
Okay, so Arizona Highland Homestead. That's Nick. I don't know if you have that in there.
Arizona. No, I don't have that. Arizona Highland Homestead. That's awesome.
Yes, Arizona. I don't know if I missed your comment back about the Highland. If that's what you raise cattle wise, or if that's where you were. So if you did answer, I'm sorry, but if you could add that to Bland's Promised Land Ranch, that way I can see it. That way I can give you a little acknowledgement there.
So Trinity just said she's getting ready to set up their first live ever for Blue Collar Homestead. So you let us know. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, look.
That is awesome.
Carmen said Nathan's family is from Minnesota.
Are we sorry about that? Or are we happy?
About Nathan's family? No, he was born in Texas. Remember? He is a Texas guy.
I thought he was.
But his family's from Minnesota.
Maybe he's not a real Texan.
He's a real Texan. Oh, wait. So Huga's Homestead says, people from Ohio say O-H. The response from the fellow Ohioans is I-O. Oh, okay. That's like when they sing the national anthem at a Oriole game. And they say, oh, say, can you see? And you're like, oh, right?
No.
What part was it then?
It's later I don't remember which part it is, but yeah.
Whatever.
Maybe Jackie Saylor can help us with that.
Oh, Arizona Highland Homestead. We don't raise Highland cattle. We're in this Arizona Central Highlands. Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Pretty cool.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
All right. Nathan Brookshire. Nope. Texans all the way. Texan all the way. Okay.
You know, if he's born in Texas, he is not going to claim no other state. He's like, Texas. That's like in his head. Like when you're born to say.
I know.
Don't even indulge that stuff, Monica.
Yeah, Christy, I'm going to be honest with you. I think there's more people from Ohio in here than Michigan. And Monica's easily swayed to one side or the other.
Oh, wait. So. Barbara and Forge. Troy must have got a puppy. He said, be right back. Puppy potty time. You got a puppy?
Maybe it was Eli.
Eli can't go by himself, Troy. Scott caught it. I have a question. What other animals do you guys raise? What other animals do we raise besides cows? We raise ducks and chickens and quail and rabbits and turkeys and pigs
and children
We raise a lot of animals.
Okay, I don't know what a war eagle is. What is that?
What's a war eagle?
I don't know. Casey,
Rebecca Davis lives in Missouri.
Casey, you can't come in here with war eagle like that. I mean, what we're talking about two big powerhouses in football, and he's coming with war eagle.
That might be
Casey, please don't tell me that's like your high school mascot. Go Eagles, go. That was our high school mascot, which
We never said that though.
because nobody showed up for
It's
the
Auburn.
games.
Auburn.
Auburn what?
He said Auburn.
Auburn what? No,
Auburn.
they're not.
Isn't that the Roll Tide thing? Or no, that's Alabama.
Oh, you just
I don't know.
you don't say stuff like that.
Pigs, humans, same thing. Exactly.
Thank you,
exactly,
Lisa.
Lisa. That's
Appreciate
pretty
that.
much the same. My boys eat probably some of the same things that the pigs eat too.
Let me tell you something that's funny.
Ridiculous.
So at work, we would always have these like leftover food from different events for office folk or whatever it was. And they knew I had pigs, and I always told them, rather than throwing it away, just give it to me. And so they'd usually keep it in the fridge for like a day or so. And like when the lettuce would start getting wilty or the bread would start getting soggy, they would say, okay, Eric, you can have it. And so I would just go home with like these platters of leftover food. And so I would get home, and I kid you not, I would get out of the car and I'd put the tray on the picnic table. And who runs up and starts digging into the food? The kids.
Mm-hmm.
They be eating the same things. And I'm like, what are you doing? That's for the pigs. And while they're shoving it in their face, they're like, well, I don't know why the pigs get it. It tastes good. Anyway, you know that story. They didn't.
Eating pig food. Yeah. Yeah. Eating pig food.
Yeah. So, why don't you highlight? I saw
Sweeney's Creek said, please don't mention football. Mad Aussie Miami Dolphin supporter here. And I'm in the corner rocking backwards and forwards in a fetal position. So sorry for you. I'm so sorry, Sweeney's Creek. And then we got Jackie Saylor saying, hey, have you heard that song where it goes, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night? There's one part that says Natty rubbing on the styrofoam in the truck bed makes me wonder how many people know what? Natty Bow? Could be Natty Bows, right? I've heard that song. I've heard that song. Yeah.
Hey,
what?
You got to leave for a second. You'll get the charger for the laptop.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Really?
That way I can talk with
I thought you were prepared.
With my peeps.
Same position here. Our team has been high school level for years. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh, Aaron's watching. Hey, Aaron.
Hey,
Bramble Hill.
How's hubby doing?
He's doing better, I think. They're going to go live on Sunday, I think. So we're going to go check them out.
Yeah,
they're not feeling
that
good.
Is awesome. Oh, Daz is in here from
Daz.
Aussie
What up?
Garden and Kitchen. Did he do a premiere today? Did I miss it?
I don't know. Wait, I don't know. I was trying to catch up on it, but I didn't see anything new come from Daz.
Hey, Daz, let us know if you did a new video there, buddy.
Yeah. Eric usually watches you before we do this.
Yeah. Well,
Gardening with Goody. I'm on and the children. I raise those as well. I'm interested in doing rabbits. It's not a restriction or HOA. Yeah. Okay. So Jason, if you have any questions about rabbits, let us know. And if we can't answer, there are plenty of people that can, like Carmen from Jesus Loving Homesteader. She raises her rabbits in a small. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. HIckorycroft does too. Yeah. But HIckorycroft does, but they're in Canada, but here in Texas area in Terrell, actually real close to us, Carmen and Nathan from Jesus Loving Homesteader, they raise rabbits as well. And they are more of a, they're in a smaller space where they have the rabbits kind of I think they have the rabbits more up too. But they're hutches. They're homemade hutches. They're really nice hutches. Nathan actually built them. I think he did a video on them too.
Nathan's a pretty handy guy.
He's a handy dude.
For being a preacher, I don't know. I thought preachers couldn't do anything.
You did not think that. You did not think that. The great thing about pandemic last year was Harbaugh baby didn't lose to the Buckeyes. Oh, is a Harbaugh?
Yeah.
Is he a?
Yeah, it's Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh is a coach for the.
For
Ohio now.
He's been there for about 5 to 10 years.
How many people?
It's been a while. 7 years, maybe.
Wait.
5 years. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if I'd really say Harbaugh's been coaching because they're not winning. Christy, I think you got an amen over there, right?
How many people know what Natty is? Yeah, Jackie, you're right. It's hard to wonder how many. Yeah, hubby's doing good, she said. Everybody's saying hey to Daz.
Why aren't you working off of that one?
Because I'm ahead of you. Dolphins fan. I feel honored. I didn't know the Dolphins still had fans. Scott. That's funny.
Oh, there's a lot of kids.
Yeah. Huga raises bunnies too. Yes, okay. Jackie, it's a Be More thing, girl. No video today. That's why. One due tomorrow, hopefully. Boom.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I'll just, always looking for you, buddy. Appreciate you out there. And everybody that's in here, make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed. Oh, there was a couple people here that were listening that were new. So usually we try to keep it light, have some good conversation about life in general, just try to get a community built and try to get people to know who each other are. And then we get into usually a visitor that comes in, unless we don't have a visitor, because they just don't feel like listening to us or talking to us, I guess.
What?
If people don't show up
Yeah.
for visitor.
Cha-cha
But we do
loves here.
but we do have a visitor
Cha-cha
for tonight.
here. Wait, what was it? Oh, she said she wanted to scream at us. Okay.
Okay.
Hugo Homestead said, my advice on rabbits, you can't keep them all. Didn't work for me. Too cute. I kept them all. Well, we do not keep all of them.
No.
We actually do give our kids limits on what they can keep that they know to. And, they're pretty diligent about making sure they pick the ones they want.
It's Jason, right? From Goody? Jason?
Yeah, Jason
okay.
from, yeah.
Yeah, so Jason, you can look in our About page and reach out to us via email or get Monica on.
You can DM on Instagram.
DM on Instagram.
Yeah.
Reach out to her. Be more than happy to give you our number if you want to chit chat and just kind of pick each other's brain.
Or you can come visit.
Do you know where
and
he
can show you our? Yeah, he lives in Mineola. That's
why
far.
don't you just give his address?
Give his address? No, it says in his thing he lives. He knows. Okay. He says. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to tell you. Okay. Anyway, he lives close. Anyway, but yeah, you can come visit, and then we can take you to Carmen's house and show you her stuff too.
I like down here with Sweeney. I'm with Sweeney.
Sweeney said rabbits look best in a pot with potatoes and carrots.
That's right.
No, you prefer rabbits on a smoker. Smoked rabbit?
Yeah, smoked rabbit is good.
Rabbit and fajitas.
I'll tell you the only rabbits that I've had.
It's good Alicia's not in here. She'd be like having a moment.
Yeah, or pulled rabbit.
Yes, pulled chicken, but tastier. It
rabbit
is really
in a crock pot or the pressure can cooker, right?
Yeah.
What is it? The Instapot.
Yeah, Instapot. Mm-hmm.
Instapot.
Cook. Where's my Hosenpfeffer?
I
can't say it. Like Minnesota.
What, you're not saying that very well.
I'm gonna go get the charger for the.
Yeah. Go put your green shirt back on.
I'm not putting my green shirt back on.
So, man, look at the color of my. Just came back. Okay. Ryan, I see you with Mr. Yogi Hollow Farm up there. Yes. So let's see. HIckorycroft says yes. Pulled rabbit is very good. Yes. I think the only rabbit that I have had that I didn't like was when they were older, and we tried it, or we did it by a mistake, I guess you could say. We didn't know any better when we were young in the rabbitry, and it was one of our older breeders that it was time to go ahead and pull them out of the rotation for breeding because of her age, and she wasn't producing, and it was just really tough, and it was disappointing. But the only other time, I guess it's two times that I didn't like the rabbit. So the first time was the older ones, but the second one is when I basically processed it and then put it right on the grill. And I had heard that you need to put it in the freezer for a short period of time to get the rigor mortis to stop, and then you can cook it. And I didn't do that. And it was kind of a test. I wanted to see if it was accurate. And it was accurate. It was not tasty at all because it was so tough that I basically I had to take a knife. I couldn't even pull it off the bone. I had to take a knife and cut it off the bones, and I fed it to the pigs. So, all right, I'm going to do like one of those Muppet things for a second and go underneath the table.
Yeah, go and put, I'm going to.
No, you don't touch
I am going to angle it down a little bit because the comments are in our face. Ugh. Hey, what is she up to now? How are you?
Oh, I'm back. Okay. All right. So
are you good?
So yeah. So I would, and that's one of the things. It's not even on my list of things to talk about. But we're going to bring it up to our guests tonight for sure about rabbits. Yeah, we'll wait for that. We'll wait to talk more about the rabbits when the guests come on. Because I'm telling you, if you guys don't know who HIckorycroft is, you're gonna want to stick around for them. Yeah.
They're super knowledgeable. I was like trying to study before they came on tonight. I was a little nervous because I was like, oh my goodness, they're super smart. Yeah. I was nervous that I'm going to like say something and then they're going to be like, oh, those are idiots. Right?
Yeah.
Monica's a dum-dum.
Those are idiots.
Those are idiots.
I don't think they would talk like that. I think they would talk a little more proper.
Yes, they would.
Yeah, so
They're super smart and they're really nice and I like them.
So I have not seen Monica all day. She locked herself in the bedroom with Abigail. And then
I did not.
it wasn't that Abigail was studying.
No.
It was the fact that Abigail was doing Monica's hair because she's her personal hairdresser.
Because I had to go out into the rain last night because Eric was in the rain trying to save my baby ducklings. I have Muscovies, 5 of them. Okay. And so it starts raining and I'm like, oh my goodness, where is that Mama Muscovy and where's her babies? And so Eric's like, oh yeah, they were under the duck coop. It's fine. And I'm like, on the ground, it's like a literally mud zone, like mudslide territory right there. So if they get stuck in that area, they're going to die for sure. So I was like, we got to get them, blah, blah, blah. He goes out there in the pouring down rain. I'm so thankful. And then I feel like such a heel because I'm sitting there on my phone, like, and then I'm like, oh my word, I should probably go check on him. But I didn't want to get my hair messed up. I did.
Should I tell what actually happened out there?
Well, he's out there like capturing all the babies, saving their lives, which was good.
It was lightning out there. I almost died.
Oh my goodness, you didn't die. You didn't almost die.
Well,
either.
I know I didn't die.
But it was, I had already had a day. Okay. Couldn't get my video going. I was really unhappy with my video. I was already having a moment, had a headache. I had this lady from the Awana clubs emailing me, hey, Joe and Sue's off-grid adventures. Awesome. Thank you for coming. But like, no, for real. See, look, it took another 15 minutes to do her hair. See, exactly. It wasn't that big. But anyway, I had a really rough day. I had people literally coming at me from all directions. By the end of the evening, put it this way. Yesterday was such a day. I ordered 9 pizzas for dinner. Okay. That's like a normal thing if we order pizza. Called from Domino's, ordered 9 pizzas. Eric's like, hey, you only ordered 3 with no cheese. I was like, back it up. I'm calling people. I'm like, no, y'all, I ordered 9 pizzas with cheese. Somebody better figure this out. That was the kind of day I was having. So today I was busy all day. Got my hair did. Wanted to look nice so that I wasn't all big ragamuffin for being on here tonight.
Like on that video that you did for Ormsby?
Yeah, my hair was good.
The second one.
The second one. The first one, the hair was mess. It was a mess. See? The Lord was like, you can't go looking like that, Monica. You need to present yourself better. Shooey. All kinds of people were here. I need to go figure out who else here.
All right, yeah, because you sat there and tell your story.
Tommy's here from Pastime 84.
Pastime 84. I think I saw Project Paul jumping in here.
Project with Paul? Oh, he's got some good projects. You know, he made a pool out of a stock tank. Super cool. I don't think he's in here.
What is she up to now? You got that guy's name?
Yeah, Project with Paul is here.
Okay.
Hey, Project. No, what is she up to now? I don't have your name.
What is she up to now, if you don't mind sharing your name? We always like to have those first names so I
think I had it down
so that Monica can stalk you.
No.
Oh, I mean, so that we can appropriately say hi.
Rude.
And Dale, look at that. Your hair was pretty and the video was great.
Thank you very much.
That was take 2.
I did have to go get my hair done, You know I did. I don't want to look like a big ragamuffin. Abigail's in there eating her dinner watching me. Thank you, Aaron.
Aaron, I got the same problem, girl.
Thank you, Aaron. See, I don't mind having my hair up, but when I started having my hair up, I started having a bald spot right here. Look. It's totally a bald spot. I think it is. My sister said it could be, but she said it could be hereditary. So I pull my hair down now.
So you want to have hair
now
like
you're all going to see that. Yeah, look, I got Eric's bald spot coming. Look. Oh my gosh, I'm super bald. No, it's not really that bald. But look,
stop weirding me out.
Everybody's going to see that now. When they look at me, they're going to be like, oh my word, Monica has a bald spot. Bald spot.
Vineyard Chicks, what's going on?
It's not bad right here on this side.
Is Vineyard Chicks, you got them in the book?
Vineyard Chicks. I do not know.
Vineyard Chicks, can you give us your name too, if you don't mind? Let's see. Oh, wait, I saw.
I've seen them before, but I know what their names are.
What is she up to now? Jackie Sailor said is TJ.
Thank you, because I know I've written some things down before. Oh my. Oh, Rochelle is. Oh, wait, Brampton Gardner's in here.
Wait.
Rochelle from Brampton Gardner.
Widow's Peak. Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate it.
That's not my Widow's. This is my Widow's Peak, right?
I don't know if he's talking to you or me.
He could be talking to you with your Widow's Peak.
When somebody said, wait a minute, where was it?
They're all like, oh my goodness, weirded me out. Yes, Rochelle. TJ, that's how he treats me.
Oh, no, it's not TJ. Is it JT? Now I'm confused. So what is she up to now? Said switch the letters around and you will have my name.
Oh, okay.
LOL. Lol. All right, let's see what else.
JT then. Mindy said, "Hey, everyone from the Hardys. Monica, you're not going bald." No, I am. I think I am. She's my stylist. She's my hairstylist.
It is JT.
It is JT. Oh, okay.
Isn't that the guy from Dallas or something?
Tommy Duncan is from
Texas. What was that? That soap opera thing everybody always talked about, Dallas or something like that.
Dallas? Oh, that old show?
Yeah. Wasn't that JT? Wasn't it like what? Isn't that what they said? Like who shot JT or wasn't? I don't know.
I don't watch that.
Anybody,
your mom watched it. Your mom and dad probably did.
Anybody
okay.
old?
Vineyard Chick says KK. I got that. Did you say anybody old? That's
anybody that's
wrong.
old, feel free to chime in. Dad, where are you? Why is my dad not in here when I need him? It's JR. Okay, thank you.
JR.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute.
Goodness.
You got that?
Yeah. See, Hickorycroft said
that was.
The topics are always so interesting: baldness, maggots, etc. Yeah, we keep it real heavy in here.
It's 100 around here.
Yeah,
you know what
real
I'm saying? That's what
heavy
we do.
topics.
That's what we do. It is heavy topics.
I'm still trying to figure out what kind of dog
we're going to get in bed tonight and we're going to cry each other to sleep because we're both going bald at the same time. Hey, what if I?
Hey, Chelsea said she's not old, but she's watched it. You probably watched the remake, Chelsea.
Who shot JR? Look, Daz even knows.
Yeah, who shot
I
JR?
live in Texas. I don't even know.
And Dell says, yes, I'm old. You're not old.
Well,
no one shot me, LOL. Yeah, it's not JT. I have a nephew named JT.
It's JR though, not JT. So JT's off the hook.
JT's off
Pastime
the hook.
84. I think we said hey to you earlier.
Yeah.
So Dallas was the show. Yes, I got that part. It was. How did you not know that though? You know
what?
Your parents didn't watch that?
No. My mom watched Guiding Light, a real soap
opera. Your dad was probably watching ice skating.
You better stop with my dad. I'm telling my dad.
Hey, has anybody out there ever watched somebody watch a program and you're looking at them and you're like, that is not what I expected that person to be watching? So I remember when Monica and I were dating, we would go over and her dad would always be watching like ice skating and gymnastics.
He wasn't always. He just watched it when it was on the Olympics and when they were having the Olympic trials and stuff.
Whatever. Seriously. No, it seemed like it was all the time. And it was like, why? Why can't I come over to your dad's house? I felt like we could have bonded a lot better.
This is Chelsea. We're the same person, except you're younger than me. But yeah.
Does that little logo, the thumbnail thing, is that cow have a top hat on?
It has like a little bowler hat. It's super cute.
It's a bowler hat. Okay.
Yeah. Mindy said we loved ice skating.
Did you, Mindy? Because I don't think I saw you ever doing that. I think I watched you deface all your dad's property up in the room. That's what I think.
Mindy said we just need some cool wigs. But also Nathan said whenever I was overseas, I had someone ask me if Texas was just like the show Dallas. Yeah.
And what did you tell him? Like, oh yeah, exactly like a TV show.
Yes, it is. It is actually. We are grand, just like Dallas the show.
Oh my goodness.
It's Margot with a hat on, and it is. Wait, what'd she say? And yes, it's a real picture. Yep.
Oh.
Okay. Wait. Dad said, I remember Who Shot JR being a news story here. Dallas was big back in the day. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Dallas is still big, buddy. Don't you forget about it.
Yeah. Hey, Marino. Did you say hi to him before when I came in?
You know what? No, I saw a comment that he had. I was going to ask him what it meant, but now I forgot what it was.
It must be Mike saying he likes soups as Chelsea is much too busy.
Yeah, there you go. Brampton Gardner. She went to see.
That's Rochelle.
The
Campbell Soup skating tour with all the big names. Yeah, see?
I'm sure your dad probably would have done that.
Well.
But why?
Because it's cool. My dad watching women in leotards. Maybe that's what he was like. Oh, cool. Look at these ladies dancing around in leotards.
Pass. Okay.
Sounds good to me. Mindy said, I fall when I attempt to ice skate, but I did pretend to be an ice skater in my kitchen when I was little. That's why I wanted to give you away.
Wow.
But I was only your sister and I had no real authority, so you stayed. It's a good thing. See?
Yeah.
Thank God for unanswered prayers.
All right, let's move right along here.
That's weird, Mom. What's weird? Fat fingers.
Okay, so let's jump because we got just a few more minutes, I guess, before our special guests arrive.
Yupper.
So let's see a couple of announcements real quick. We're going to hit this one first. So if you haven't had a chance yet, make sure you head over to Crazy Ed's homestead.
Yeah.
He had a collaborative effort that he was working on where everybody got to make a barbecue. Why are you laughing?
Because Casey said I'd pay for Eric watching ice skating.
Dude, I'd rather stab my eyes. Where's that?
Oh my gosh.
Not that we just keep knives around, but you see this thing right here, and it's rusty.
Hey, my boys made that.
This is a rusty blade, and I would rather push this into my eyeball.
You can't have that. You can't have that on YouTube now. It's like there's things will get taken down or something.
Okay. Oh shoot! Look at it. Now I see it on the second screen.
Yeah, you see it on the big screen. Now you're like looking like some kind of crazed maniac.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all are close to 500. I'm on the horn to try and push that number a little closer. Y'all are wonderful folks. Thank you so much, Adventures in the Homestead.
Okay, we're going to hit that. Let's hit this real quick. If you haven't had a chance yet, go over to Crazy Ed's. This is the hashtag right here. Crazy Ed's Barbecue Cook-Off. Go vote. The voting ends tomorrow, I believe, at midnight. So if you haven't had a chance, get over there. Get your votes in. You don't vote. You only get one vote. Yeah,
don't be voting for more than one person or else it'll be disqualified, like it'll be canceled.
Yeah, so make sure it's one vote.
I don't know who's in the lead, but I think that we just recently heard from Michael over the Green Acre, and he's in third. And he's like, I'm so close to being in third to clinch it. So, hey, if you know who's in first, second, and third and you like them, throw your vote our way. I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm telling you what. Nunya, Texas, Jake's was really good looking, though. His was a good looking meal.
Yeah.
Just saying. So was Adventures in the Homestead, though. I really like theirs. That burger. I couldn't vote for it, though, because it'd be like defying your burger.
Well, you can I would feel free to vote for whoever. You vote for whoever you think did the best job. No, I'm not,
because then if you vote, then we just disqualify it.
No, I'm not going to vote.
No, you can vote.
Okay, I'm going to vote for myself.
I'm not letting you vote then. I'm voting. I'll vote. We're not voting for ourselves.
I know, I'm kidding. Well, the problem I had with the Adventures of Homesteading thing, here's the problem I had with that, is he's from the north. He's trying to act like them bison are up in that joint.
He was trying to be for real and be like, bison burgers. It's good. It's like real meat. His family is in Texas. Just saying. He's trying to rep real quality meat.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Okay. Well, if he's repping, then go over there and vote for him. All right. So anyway, do that. Go over there and vote. Do not forget to vote.
Yeah, don't forget to vote.
All right. Here's another piece right here.
And Troy said, I'm here to tell you that Eli's smoked pork was crazy good with the bacon pepper poppers. Yeah, for real, Troy. I agree. See, that one looked really good too. So
there's a lot that look good, and that's why
it's really good.
It's tough to vote.
That's why you're gonna make me vote.
Everybody get over there and vote. Oh, no, I'll do it.
Don't vote for yourself.
No, I'm not gonna vote for myself. There's plenty. I mean, look, Adventures of Homestead, and look, I saw a lot of videos that were better than mine. I don't do a lot of cooking videos, so it's not. I don't know. I feel like it's not as natural.
Yeah,
it's harder. But the burger was awesome. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Black's Tropical Homestead, how are you?
Yes, what's up? Thank you so much for stopping in.
Joe and Sue's Awkward Adventure. That's what I need to do.
You want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
So last week, I don't even know why, but remember last week in the live when I was like, "What's that?"
Yeah. And then Lisa went and did some WhatsApp later. That wasn't last week in our live, I don't think. Was it?
No, it was.
And then Friday went to Lisa's and did the same thing.
Yeah, over on Yogi Hollow's live on Friday. We went over there and they did that to me. Well, the funny thing was Friday morning, one of my coworkers came into the office. She's a joy to be around. She is always putting a smile on everybody's face. You know people like that?
Yeah.
Where they just, no matter what they do, they always make you smile. So keep that up. Don't move that yet. I mean, you can go to the comments.
Comments because you're.
Anyway, so she came around the corner and she was like, "What's that?" And I looked at her. I'm like, "What in the world? Why would you do that?" And then it dawned on me. And I know I talk about this every week, but I cannot make this stuff up. Every week, somebody comes and says something to me, which is really cool.
Great. So somebody's gonna come say to you tomorrow and be like, "Hey, you need to get your wife a wig because she's bald."
If somebody comes to work and brings a wig.
Oh my goodness.
But yes, what's that? So
Reef Robber. Is Reef Robber in here for real? Yogi, I just saw them put it. Yeah, hey Reef Robber, how are you? On? That's awesome. I don't even know how I missed
These are big time people right here.
I know. I'm like so excited to see some new people in here too.
I don't know what happened.
I like all my old people too though.
Because
everybody's in here.
The Reef Robber stopped in and then we lost like 3 people on who's viewing. So I don't know what's going on with that. No,
Mindy said that's me. I always make you smile.
What?
What?
Mindy, your sister?
Yeah. You better be nice. Get out of town.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Anyway.
Wait, who's Earl? Is that the Reef Robber? Wait. Oh yeah, it is. Earl's the Reef Robber.
Earl. Okay.
Earl. I'm gonna write that down.
Get it in her book.
Yeah.
Before you start getting focused on something else. So anyway, y'all don't be modest over there, Reef Robber, or should I say Earl?
Is it Earl? Are we calling you the right name? Somebody said Earl.
I hope it
is. Marino said, "Don't feel bad. I have a little bald spot too." We're twins. We're twinsies.
Yeah.
Soon I'll be twinsier with you.
So yeah. So anyway,
Twinsier is a word.
So for people who don't know, if you're here and you don't work with me, which is majority of these people, I was in close proximity. All right, Reef Robber, you can stay. Now we've jumped up 5 more people.
Reef Robber needs watch hours to make sure you're putting in there and like, yes, go get them.
There you go. Everybody make sure you hit that like button on the way in. Subscribe if you haven't had a chance yet. And stick around. We got some great guests coming up.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I've had to work at home because I was exposed to something that we don't talk about on the
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't
show.
know why you're saying that right now.
Anyway, well, the reason why was because this morning,
Hi, Michelle. Thank you for coming in.
my coworker, who was it?
Rochelle from Brampton Gardner. She had to roll out.
Oh, thank you for stopping in. So anyway, so I took a few seconds and looked up them old commercials with the What's Up guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found like a group of 5 of them together. Dude, it was so funny because, you know, where they're always like, what's that? Well, then they had these white dudes on there. And the commercial was called, What Are You Up To? So the white guys would, as they were coming in the room, instead of being like, what's that? They were more like, what's going on? And so each of them were going around the room like, what's going on? What's going? And then they went around back to the original guys. And then they were just staring at the TV like, what is going on with these guys?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good night, Carmen and Nathan.
Good night. Boy, we must have kept them up late last time.
We did. We for real did. They're early birds.
I don't know. Carmen was amped up. Remember, she was like elbowing people out of the way so she could get to the camera.
There's Lisa calling it out.
Right. Yeah,
you know, she's literally doing it right now at her like sweet little desk that she just made up because she's all like retiring and all. She got her little desk set up. She's got her little space. She said that Ryan was like, okay, all the Blands have a green screen. Are we going to get a green screen now? She's like, yep, you know
hey, it's lots of fun.
Get one.
Hey, do you think
you can have ours?
Can we do a live or a short with like all the kids in the family doing a What's Up part? Can you do that, or will they take it down because it's like copywritten or something?
You can't see me because they write a lot of stuff. Wait, what did you ask me? I was ignoring you. I'm sorry. I was listening to Casey over here. He said, y'all burgers were way too good. I'm waiting Eric to be invited to try these burgers. Come try it. Come on, Casey. Let's go.
Hey, we're always up for visitors. If you want to come visit, let us know. George Dunn, what's going on?
Hey, George. How are you?
Has George been here before?
George is not, but I know it's Holly too. So they're friends with me on Facebook.
Oh,
Holly
cool.
is a friend of mine from Maryland. I actually met her through Alex. And so
Alex who?
Alex Hansen, Allison.
Oh, I see.
She doesn't watch us.
That Allison. I see. Anyway, awesome. Miss Cosmic Cultivators. I see you in here as well.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
How
Appreciate
are you?
It. Bramble Hill, Aaron, I'm with you. I need a hamburger right now too. Angela M, new sub from 8A2. Adventures
on the Homestead.
On the Homestead.
Hey, Angela, nice to meet you.
Yes, thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. So what I was trying to get at earlier, Monica rudely interrupted me. Was
always.
We are almost at the 500 mark, and after last week's show, I decided to go with Monica's decision.
My suggestion.
Harvey Black, what's up?
I'm a genius.
Thor Haven, what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
Bettina.
Thor Haven Farm is sending everybody over because they went live today to talk about their little cow. I want to go see that one because I wanted to be on that live and I missed it.
Awesome.
Man, Thor Haven Farm. Oh, thank you so much, Thor Haven Farm.
Calvary on the Fly. Thank you guys so much, man. I really appreciate that.
That's awesome. Yes.
Bettina H. Came over from Thor Haven.
Yep.
There was some else.
That's
Christ-Centered Ironworks.
Ironworks. Yay. Thank you so much for being here.
I can't, when you move my chair, I can't click.
Sorry.
There you go.
Sorry.
There's Christ-Centered Ironworks. I saw him over at Barroom Forge.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So some Vineyard Chicks again. Hey, everybody make sure.
Vineyard Chicks dropped their names already.
Any admin.
Cosmic Cultivators.
Moderator. There you go. Any moderator out there, make sure you're throwing up them channels. If you're first time here.
If you can't, it's okay because there's.
Yes. If you're first time here, here's the thing. We want everybody to be familiar with each other, comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
So do not think that if you see somebody that you have to like off the screen, ask for their information. Feel free to ask for it. I'm fine with it. Go check everybody's channel. Find out what works best for you. Get over there. Support your folks. If the show works for you, do it. We highly encourage that. So, all right. So we're almost at 500. Going with Monica's. Robert Lonis, see you. Thank you for being here as well.
That's fine. That's fine,
So
Lisa. Go for it,
what
girlfriend.
Monica was suggesting was instead of doing the referral or whoever gets the 500th subscription.
Yeah, it's going to be
Sheila B. Thank
Hey,
you so
Sheila.
much for coming in here. First time as well. We're going to put you in our book. Thank you so much. What we're going to do is we're going to do a drawing. And so
we're one away from 500. Are you serious?
Guys.
Hey, Nathan, how are you? New friend.
Awesome.
From
Thank
Adventures
you guys
on the Homestead. Adventures on the Homestead. Sending everybody over here. You're awesome.
We have, wait a minute. So is he doing a live right now? He's sending everybody over here.
No. What? We just hit 500. Abigail, are you serious? That's awesome.
Wow.
What is he doing? Drops is here too. Hey, Drops, how are you? Troy said, bingo.
Wow. You guys are really,
so cool.
really awesome. Thank you so much.
Yay. So wait, what are we doing for 500?
We're going to do a drawing.
For everybody that's here, like everybody that is in our lives. How are we going to do it?
Okay. So do you know how to do the spinny thing that all the fancy people know how to do?
Hello. I sell bags for a living. I'm a direct sales lady. I know how to do the spinny thing.
Okay. So let's do the spinny thing.
But not with like every 500 viewer, right? With only the people that want to be a part of it.
Well, why don't we do next live? Whoever's in the live next week.
We'll do a spinny thing with everybody that's in the live.
And we'll do it first thing.
We'll do it first thing. Maybe we'll do one. Thank you, Black's Tropical Homestead. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wow.
Yay, that's so cool.
You guys are awesome. There's somebody else in here that I just saw.
What is it? Mianu Acres? I'm probably saying it wrong. MIANU Acres.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's awesome.
So much.
Oh, that's so cool. Yay. Just subbed and discovered you tonight. Well, thank you so much. That's so cool. Let's do the spinny thing. Project Paul said.
Let's do the spinny thing.
We're going to do the spinny thing.
We'll do the spinny thing next week.
Okay.
All right. So
next Thursday night, spinny thing.
Here's the thing. Make sure, and this is for everybody in here again. Thank you guys so much. Everybody, go check each other's channels out. Make sure you find the people that are a good resource. That's what you're going to see with this next group they're going to bring up here. These folks right here are geniuses.
They're so smart. Look, he's waiting for Chris's reaction.
He's
like waiting to see if we see. He's like, Chris is like, I am a genius. Yes. He's like, he's gonna be playing it cool. He's like, not a genius.
Hey, do you know what was the
Steph knows he's a genius.
Did you ever watch the Muppets? I want to look for everybody's help out here because I know Monica's not going to know this. Did you watch the Muppets?
I did watch the Muppets. I watched Muppet Babies.
Do you remember the real Muppet Show?
Muppet Babies. I love that show. Anyway,
no,
the real Muppets.
Not
no,
do that.
Nope.
Okay.
Not really.
The Muppet, the Professor Eagle Falcon guy. Who was that? Look, Chris is down there laughing. Look, he probably knows the answer.
He probably does.
He probably knows the answer.
Oh, like the genius eagle guy.
Yes.
Bar Run Forces. I have freezer space in the shop, so come on with it. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna do the spinny thing.
Thorhaven loves the Muppets.
Yes. Well, help me out with that then.
Who is? So let's see. Darren at Thorhaven. I think it's Darren.
And we got to get it before Chris gets on here. I can see him in the green room.
Who is the eagle guy?
They're sitting there chit-chatting. So
who is the smart eagle Muppet?
Yeah.
Joe and Sue's off-grid adventure are the Canadians. Very nice.
Thank you from
Mindy. You're not helping me. Just because you have the movies doesn't mean.
And don't be cheating. Don't be cheating out there trying to get onto Google or something like that.
Yeah, you can cheat. It's fine. Free and D Productions. Hey, everybody. How are you? You came from Adventures on the Homestead too. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Actually,
so much.
Free and D Productions. I watched something that Adventures on the Homestead did for them. It's really nice. I think that was one of the
like top quality video stuff.
No, yeah, it's like a Jesus video. It's really good. Oh, I think that was the one I went to and saw. I kind of like was watching one of the videos they posted. Oh, he's telling you what it is. What's his name? Is it Sam? What is it? Sam the Eagle. It's Sam the Eagle. He's telling. Oh, and my Aussie said, "Oh, look, Dad said Sam. Sam the Eagle. Sam the Eagle." Besides Gonzo, I don't know anybody else. Beaker, Vineyard Texas Beaker. It is Sam. Sam the Eagle. Well, that would make sense. Like, hello, Sam.
That's awesome. Look, Jesus Loving Homesteader's still in here.
She's got to sneak and see. So
here's the thing. Make sure that when you subscribe, and I'm not just saying this for anybody who just recently subscribed to us, but make sure you go check out some of the content. Give a thumbs up, if you will. Leave some comments that way, because there's some scuttlebutt, if you will, as to whether this sub will actually stick.
Yeah.
If it's not,
if you don't actually
comment it on, they think that it's like a bot or something like that. So this is really awesome. So here's the thing.
Oh, thank you, Reef Robber. Oh, you're so
yes.
sweet. He followed us with the others too.
All right, awesome. Well, so we're
Camilla
going
the
to do the
chicken.
spinny thing for
Spinny thing next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
For some
beef.
present? Oh, is that the present? Is that the prize?
That's it. Homegrown, grass-fed Texas beef.
Oh my word.
And if you don't like beef, I don't know why you watch.
No, you can't say that because Alicia doesn't eat beef.
Oh, well, she's not here.
But she will be
okay,
here.
But anybody else who doesn't eat beef, that's okay. I'll send you some eggs or a gift card to
a beef place.
No, to like Trader Joe's or something. I don't know. Where do people like
Old Deepwoods? Hey, how are you? Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Thank
you so much for being in here.
You guys are really awesome. We really appreciate it. This is what we try to shoot for every week is just have a good time, enjoy each other's company, get some good laughs in, and try to pick on people when they're back in the green room and they can't say anything. They can't defend themselves. I can see them, but they can't see me. So, well, I guess they could be if they're watching.
Yeah, we should probably put them on. We're being rude now. Vision Acre said nobody eats in this chat but me. No, actually, right now, Chelsea, I'm literally snacking on these. I went to Costco today, got some Fannie Mae s'more snack mix. Way too late to snack, but guess what? I don't care. I'm eating anyway.
There we go. Where's the beef?
Let's do that. Okay.
There you go.
All the non-beef eaters get grass.
So, without being rude.
Yes, we need to bring on our guests.
Let's see.
Do you?
Wait a minute.
Oops, I just threw that.
Oh, here we go.
Down.
We're gonna let me introduce them.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, you know what? Let's just bring them in. They can introduce themselves.
Yeah.
How about that?
Come on.
Oh, okay. I like the dramatic pause. All right, here we go. I'm gonna add them to the screen here.
The dramatic pause.
Yes. Oh, the suspense.
We cannot hear you, so I don't know if you've muted yourself.
Oh, I should be off mute.
Are they muted?
Are we muted?
No, we're not muted.
No, we're not muted.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
we can hear you now. We heard you say "uh-oh."
Oh, so it's working. It works.
There you go. Now we got you. So here we are. We finally got the geniuses from Colorado.
No,
I mean Canada. I'm sorry.
Oh my word. I'm sorry, he did not.
Going back to Sesame Street, they both start with the letter T.
I studied. I know you're not from Colorado. Okay? Oh my word.
So
you guys are honestly sitting in the green room and we're just trying not to laugh because you guys are just like us. You're just talking over each other and it's like both of you are trying to make the same point but in different ways. It's hilarious. It's like watching yourselves.
Which is why we like to watch you too on Tuesday nights because you took a couple weeks off and I was like, oh, Hickorycroft, and I was like, oh, they're spending time with family. Never mind. And then the other week,
family that's not on YouTube. Oh.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, Eric Hickorycroft. And he was like, oh, did we miss him? I was like, no, never mind. It's their second week off. They have harvest stuff going on and harvest and family and all this stuff. We're missing them. Duh. So yeah, I was all like bummed. He was like, oh man. So there's your little logo.
No, and you know what's awesome is you guys got it without the white box, which is even better than what we can do. So hey, we got to learn.
Yeah, I screenshotted from YouTube and made it like, and I just edited it and threw it up there. I was like, yep, I steal everybody's logo and then copy it and put it in my pic collage.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I found interesting was last week when we were talking to Jesus Loving Homesteader. There were certain things that they weren't doing because they weren't familiar with it. And, that's the thing that I've found with the work that I do is I realize that you can't be an expert in all fields. So you really, really, if you can find people that are, able, I guess you say educated, if you will, in different facets, then you can work together so much better and help support each other and build each other up. So
you see what Darren said?
What do we got here?
Darren said, don't let Hickorycroft Farm introduce themselves. They don't stop talking. LOL. I just rewatched the one where I just watched his video where he was visiting you all and he went and visited a bunch of people. It was really cool.
Yeah.
So
it was a cool video.
I think we may have overwhelmed him a little bit on his visit here. It was an educational tour, of course.
Well, I would expect nothing less from Sam.
Sam, the Eagle.
As soon as you said it, he was like, Sammy Eagle, it's Sammy Eagle.
See, so when I was a kid, my mom and dad would have game night, and they would always, it was, obviously they were all adults, and they were playing Trivia Pursuit.
Oh, I hated that.
I bet Chris didn't.
I'm good at
See?
that.
That's a fun
So-
game. Eric
so-
hates it too.
The thing was that it was always the guys against the girls. And my dad and his very good friend, his name was Don Leary, I cannot tell you how frustrating it was to even watch them, because that question would be asked, they would start out and have absolutely no clue, and by the time they got finished their conversation, they always had the answer correct. And my mom and the other ladies would always get so angry at that, because, when they first start chatting, they're like, oh, they'll never get this. And then, 2 minutes later, they're like, Dallas. And then they'd be like, how in the world did you come to that conclusion? But
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's
Anyway.
minds thinking alike, apparently.
I tell you.
Yep.
So one thing I did notice when watching a lot of your videos, by the way, Chris, is your T-shirt selections. Do you want to tell us about your T-shirt selections?
Yeah, they're pretty awesome, actually.
I don't know. It just kind of started. I guess I had a T-shirt
You know,
collection
that's
to begin with.
It's a slight addiction. Now, I'm going to give a little tidbit in here, okay, about Chris. Chris is a collector. If he decides he likes anything, he likes to collect.
That's true.
Okay. So with the T-shirts, what is it that you're trying to collect? Because I was watching a video today that had Mario and Luigi on it, and then one of the videos, I can't remember which character it was, but I feel like it was a Nintendo game of some sort.
Probably. I've got a bunch of different things. I think it's just ones that
Take him back to his childhood, probably.
Classic.
and are well put together, I guess, too, right? Because
He's got a huge Star Wars, tons of Star Wars T-shirts.
Mario.
Definitely anything Nintendo, because that's the only type of game he plays. Nintendo. He's a Nintendo man.
Yeah, we like Nintendo too.
It's definitely a lot of good memories for sure. So
Okay, so introduce.
yeah, so just for those who are here who don't know who you are, this is Chris and Steph from HIckorycroft Farms.
Farm in Canada.
And they're from Canada, so we're not going to hold that against them.
No, they're not in Colorado. Like you want to put them in Colorado.
I know. Sometimes I get excited. Okay.
I probably go there for a visit.
So what part of Canada are you in?
Well, we're
Wow, you have to think about where we are in Canada.
we're in Ontario.
He's smartest
like,
guy
no.
alive, but he can't remember where he lives.
It's
Not the hard questions.
The dramatic pause. And we're in Ontario.
Okay, and so you guys are on Eastern Standard Time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I always thought that you were further west than where we are. So I was a little bit surprised when we were trading emails.
Look at our thing. See?
Well, I know, but I didn't realize they were in
I
Ontario.
don't
Like-
know if the time zones line up perfectly, because I know
No, they don't. They're like
Western Ontario is a different time zone,
zone.
but most of the rest of Ontario is all the same.
Yeah.
Eastern.
So let's and I'm going to kind of. So I did give you a list of questions.
I hope you have them available.
We may or may not stick to those questions.
I did not.
We figured that this was going to be quite ad lib.
I was not privy to these questions. And I need to say that because there was a few times ago where I sent questions and he was like, I didn't see the questions. And he like cried like a little baby for like days about this. Days. Went in other people's lives and cried about it. It was ridiculous. Lisa can attest to this. The tears she saw were shed. So anyway, we won't go there. But anyway, go ahead with your questions. I wasn't privy to.
Anyway, so earlier in the conversation, I believe you all were in here, but we were talking about rabbits and stuff like that. And so we'll ask an easy question. What is your favorite way to prepare rabbits?
Oh boy. I can probably answer this relatively simply.
Okay.
We tend to grind most of it. So we debone them, pretty much the whole carcass, and grind it. And that makes it super versatile for pretty much anything you'd ever want.
But tacos, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do the traditional, like people always say, oh, you don't cook it like a rabbit recipe. It's like, no, we kind of use it like chicken.
Mm-hmm. But that being said, we have started doing the like roasting them and doing like pulled rabbit.
Yeah,
a little bit more lately. But,
Yeah, so that's kind of how we do a lot of pulled rabbit, but Monica also kind of uses that in like hamburger and stuff like that, right? To kind of stretch the meat. Is that how you do it?
Yes. Yep. I like to combine it with, I'll take the kids don't really love the texture of just the ground rabbit. They like it because it's kind of dry and it has almost like a grittier taste to it, like the texture wise.
Yeah,
so I think that it is, yeah, it's different. It's just different to them. And so I basically add it to pork or beef, because when we get our pork, depending on how big that pig was, a lot of times there's a difference in the texture of that pork. Sometimes the pork feels like it's greasier, almost like it has a little bit more fat to it. And of course, our grass-fed beef is a very dry beef, but it's a good beef. But if I add rabbit into both of those, it extends the life of it. And yeah, so it's definitely it's a nice way to extend the meat that is a little maybe more pricey, because those cost us a little bit more time and money than the rabbits do. So
no, exactly.
Yeah, and so when what kind of rabbits do you all raise?
We have Champagne d'Argent rabbits.
What?
Yeah,
they're a very old heritage breed.
Yeah, we actually have one that is a champagne. We just call it a champagne. So he doesn't know it's like the full name. So we just call it a champagne. We have one champagne that we were purchased from another thing. Yeah. So we have one champagne. She's gorgeous. And she's never, I don't think she actually had any babies for us yet.
No.
So, yeah,
well, hopefully they do, because it's, we just raised the Champagne d'Argents. The d'Argent is a rabbit that comes in, you can get bruns, cream, there's all different colors. We do the champagne, which is the start out black and then frost out to be that nice silvery color. Really, really nice for furs if we ever get around to figuring out doing that stuff.
Well, I think that's one of the things. We've done the furs a little bit as an experiment, but that's where it's nice because they're quite uniform. So matching them up's not as hard if you were going to do the furs.
If you were going to use the furs. That's a pipe dream. Pipe dream.
So up there in your part of the world right now, this is like ideal for rabbits up there, right? Because it's colder or cool. What kind of temperatures, I guess, start with that part?
Well, today was 26. So what's 26? What's 26 in Fahrenheit? I should have. I don't have my phone.
I don't know.
I can't.
Oh, you're okay.
They do Celsius. Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be what, 80 something maybe? I don't know.
I don't know that.
See if I can find it out.
Wait, Chris, you don't have that locked away in the brain?
No, not math. Not math. Math and spelling are not
76.
There you
Scott,
go. Okay.
76 degrees.
Okay, yeah.
Double it and add 30 minutes roundabout.
I did see that's not necessarily an average October temperature.
No, we're really warm this year, but
usually by now
we had 85 today, so.
Well, yes, you guys are definitely warmer than us.
Yeah. It got warm today.
So do you?
Our last frost is the third week of October.
Our first frost.
Our first frost, sorry, is usually the third week of October, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you? So we have quite a few people in here. As we were talking to some folks earlier that are in Texas, but do you deal with the warmer climate with the rabbits, or how do you handle them or take care of them through warmer temperatures?
Well, the rabbits we keep, obviously they're on wire on the bottom. So we've got well ventilated wire front on the cages, and we keep them in the shade. And really, we haven't had too much problems. There's been some days, like this year, we had some days where it got to, I'm going to do it terrible again, 42, which is, me and you had a neat little calculation there. Times 2, add 30 or something.
Double and add 32.
Double and add 32. There you go. So now my math right now is not working well on that. But anyways, we really haven't had any issues. We keep them very airy, and it's mostly watching if they're having kits or babies at that time of year. But otherwise, they seem to be pretty good.
There's like a term you'll sometimes hear. It's called deep shade, where like their hutches are shaded, right? They're not exposed to the sun, but then we put them under like a tree or something, so they're under the shaded tree in the shaded hutch, and it does help a lot.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, so down here in Texas, one of the things that we battle for about 3 months is the warm, or I should say really hot climate. And so we have, the first year we tried some different things like using fans or taking like floor tiles, kind of making them moist and then putting them in the freezer to freeze them. And they lasted for a very short period of time before it would fall out or whatever. And because of the heat temperature, we actually had a problem with our male becoming sterile.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Well, we do find that even here in the middle of the summer. It's usually for us, it's end of June, July, and August.
But he doesn't, it's not permanently.
It's not a permanent thing.
He still will go back to his deeds later, but he does, sometimes he's a dudder. He has no effort at all in the summer months.
Yeah, so for us, we don't, in the summer months here in Texas, we don't breed them at all. We just give them that, they have 3 months vacation basically.
Yeah.
And then we kind of breed them a little bit harder through the cooler and colder days. I don't know if I can really say cold, but so, and
winter temperatures compared to us.
Real quick, I wanted to say hi to Ariel, Viking, Venturer, and Victuals, as well as Seed Faith Homestead. Thank you guys for jumping in here.
And Mr. Boots and Bounty was in here. Stephen was popped in here earlier too.
Awesome. Okay.
Oh, there he
So
is.
Chris and Steph or whomever, typically we wait until the end to have questions, but tonight, anybody that's got a question, feel free to make sure you at us so that, so we can throw it up on the screen. But so Gardening with Goody, this is Jason. He's down here in Texas. And he's asking a question here. What is the best advice you would give to someone who is wanting to start raising rabbits for meat?
I'll let you go with it.
I'll start because we probably have a different opinion. But my thing would be...
Wait. Whose opinion is correct?
Mine. It's mine.
Okay. We'll go with Steph then.
One of the things that I think is most important when you start raising meat rabbits is to make sure you have a setup for the grow outs. Make sure you have a setup because you might think
or consider it because you will have to
because you think your cage is big enough and then your bunny has 8 little bunnies and it doesn't work and you've got to figure something out because they do get big really quick. So that would be my top advice to people going into it. It's not about feed or figuring it all out because that can come later, but if you do not have the space, you'll have trouble.
Which kind of goes into it's like infrastructure, right? The rabbits are really heavy on the infrastructure side of it. You get a lot out of them, but you
need a lot of cages. I
always say it's like poultry. You can kind of get away and go, okay, I want to have some chickens and just let them in the yard. You can't do that successfully with rabbits.
Right. That excellent advice. And we learned the hard way for that for sure.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if little shout out on the collaboration that Monica was working on with Ormsby Farms. And first of all, I want to say hi real quick to
Jenna Wiley at Altruistic Homestead.
Yep, those folks. And then also
Carla from Living a Rogue Life.
Yep, Yay. There we go. That she actually did in that collaboration video. We were talking about being able to, what you look for to decide on how to have or how to pick the right animals for your farm or homestead. And so that was one of the things that she touched on was the fact that you got to be set up or prepared for whatever you're going to encounter. And obviously, if you're dealing with something a little bit smaller like chickens or rabbits, that's easy to do. But even from your experience, and maybe you can talk about that to highlight your adventure with cattle.
We weren't set up.
Not completely.
It happens.
It was something that we thought was in our mind, it was going to be so simple. It was just, we're just going to string an electric fence. It was going to be easy. And
parts of it were
very simple, yes.
But we kind of did that. You learned some stuff about it because we'd obviously never had cows. Prior to that, we had raised goats and raised sheep, so we weren't new to, I'm going to say bigger than poultry type livestock, but we'd never had cattle. Yeah. And there was a lot of factors as why we got
Well,
out
it's like
of it.
I will just say, for example, it's like your video where you said about the cow chute being one of the most important tools to have.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And we didn't have a head gate, cattle chute, small stall, nothing.
Yeah, and that's the thing is you want to be prepared, but not overwhelm yourself with what you think you have to have.
Mhm.
And that's why it's so important to build a good community. For us, for the first few years, we had no cattle chute. We didn't have a livestock trailer. We had nothing. And, thankfully the Lord put people in our place where we were able to partner with them. And I'll never forget the first time we needed a trailer, because the people around the corner were nice enough to say, if you ever need anything, just ask. And we were in a really tight spot and asked to borrow the stock trailer. And they were like, yeah, no problem. Just come get it. So we went and got it. And then I felt so weird about borrowing it that before we gave it back to them, I made the kids, and I was out there helping them, but we scrubbed that thing from top to bottom to get all that poop out of there. And when the guy came back to get it, I told him, I said, we really appreciate it. The kids and I, we cleaned out the back just to give it back to you nicer than what we got it. It's a lesson to teach the kids. And he just kind of smiled and he was like, man, that cow's going to poop in that as soon as I put it in there anyway. You shouldn't have done that. So, yeah. So that was a really cool thing. One thing I want to mention real quick before it's kind of off subject a little bit. Where did it go?
The next question.
No,
Did you scroll up?
This one here. If anybody hasn't had a chance yet, go check out Altruistic Farmstead. They do some really, really good work. They feed the homeless a lot. You can see it right there in their thumbnail, the heart. That's truly who these folks are. And they have something going on right now where they're trying to raise sleeping bags for the homeless.
I think it's like 40 bags in 40 days or something like that. It's like there are a whole bunch of sleeping bags. It's pretty awesome. So even just one sleeping bag will make a difference, because you imagine the weather, when you get cold, you lose people.
Yeah. So if you get a chance, go out there, check them out. If you feel so led to support them, feel free to do that.
Okay. So
good.
Ask some questions. You got some more questions.
All right. So about
well, there's somebody else had a question. Carla said, HIckorycroft, when will you harvest the Crookneck squash?
Well, the plan is to do it.
Yeah, don't hold us to this.
The plan is to do it this weekend, but we may get held up because we're supposed to get quite a bit of rain. So
our hopes were we were going to harvest it and do the video on the weekend and post our video on Monday so that we could announce the winner on our live on Tuesday. That is the game plan. So everybody has till Monday to get their guess in on that video. But if it pours rain on Saturday and Sunday like it's supposed to, it may be slightly delayed. But hopefully it will give us a long enough break to harvest them and weigh them all, because we're not bringing them all into the house.
Well, not just yet. No.
Yet,
So yeah, so I don't know if you all know. Do you know who Yogi Hollow is?
Yep.
Okay, so they're in South Dakota, and they're out there bragging about all the snow that they're getting. This is where Monica and I do not see eye to eye. She's all about sweating to death, and I'm all about getting out there. Like last year when we had that cold snap that hit down here, we were at 0 degrees or below for a week straight, and man, I felt like it was awesome. I loved being out there in the temperature. This woman right here, you couldn't get her away from the fireplace.
You couldn't get me out of the house for more than a few minutes. I was like, nope, my bones hurt. I'll go back inside.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
She acts like an old woman.
But do you have so I wanted to ask, I'm trying to think of your videos. When it gets really cold, what do you grow? Are you growing anything when you start getting snow and stuff? Do you have a place to grow vegetables?
Well, yes, it's kind of for us, it's what do you call it? It depends. Like we do grow under some covers and whatnot. We did that last year on a real small scale.
Nothing fancy, just vapor barrier on hula hoops or whatever, that kind of stuff.
Okay, really I thought I saw something. Okay.
Yeah. Hardy things like kale and Swiss chard and those kind of things that don't mind it, but you just protect them a little bit. But then really by the time you get to Christmas, end of December, there's not much you can grow outside.
No, we've got some stuff in the greenhouse. We have a little, like, the 10 by 10 glass greenhouse that we've been kind of getting some stuff started in, and transplanting a few things into it to keep them going a little longer, that sort of thing. But once mid-December comes around, it's pretty much, unless we decide to set the grow room in the house again, it's probably done until spring.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of harvest this year, so I don't know if we need to grow anything.
Oh,
So
we'll grow
I
something.
know you're going to make us grow stuff. You're going to make us.
Well, that was one of the questions I was going to ask you, was about so because of, I guess, the winter months hitting and then the snow or whatever else, do you kind of have a quick spot where you're trying to force something in from summer before you hit that winter, or do you just kind of at the end of your summer you just call it quits?
It depends what it is. Like, because we do have the greenhouse, we have a few things. We moved the celery in there already.
Yeah, and planted some turnips. And
the ginger's coming in. So some things that we just need that little bit of extension, we can kind of plunk it in there and save it from some of the lighter frost. And then I'm not sure. We haven't quite decided what we're going to bring in for the winter. Because
bring into the house, not into a greenhouse, but to bring it in to keep it growing.
The big thing with bringing things in from outside is you run the risk of bringing things like aphids in. And if you bring aphids into the grow room, they're incredibly hard to get out. They just spread like mad. So some plants aren't very attractive to them. So those are okay to bring in, but other things, you're almost better to just, whatever's outside, it just lives out its days until the frost kills it. And then you just restart again inside.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of on your videos, you do a lot of canning stuff. And I think you canned rabbit meat as well, right? I know I keep going to the rabbits, but
now one thing that I've never done is pressure canning just plain meat. I see people do it all the time, and I keep thinking, oh, I should do that. But I'm one of those people that I just like to grab a jar and it's ready, and I just have to chuck it into, maybe I have to make some pasta, or maybe I have to make some rice, but that's
like
it.
Ready
meals. That's what I do. So I do the Cajun rabbit stew and other kinds of rabbit stew and things like that, instead of just canning plain rabbit. But I do actually want to try. We've got, I think we've got 14 rabbits we have to butcher in the next couple of weeks. So I might actually try and can some, because freezer space is a little limited. So we'll see. But most of the time I do it into like pre-done like meals that you can just dump out and go.
And that's actually really nice too, because during the time when you're harvesting, like, this is where the year doesn't work in the calendar year. It's more like from harvest to harvest. So when you're doing all the work in the spring and summer and fall to plant vegetables, tend vegetables, well, and your animal stuff too, and harvest it all, it's really nice to have those ready.
Yeah, because we eat more of those during the summer than we do in the winter.
Yeah.
So one of the videos I was watching that I found a little bit intriguing. I know I feel like I keep asking you rabbit questions, and I promise I have other questions as well. And I want to say hi real quick to Celtic Roots Farm or Celtic Roots Farm, depending who you're talking to.
Actually, the right way to say it is Celtic, not Celtic.
Settle down. Settle down. Okay. So I was watching the video about the giant Russian sunflower seeds. What did you guys do? First of all, I want to. We'll ask about the seeds. What did you do with the seeds?
Well, right now they're still kind of drying, so they're not quite ready to.
But I'm excited because I'm going to roast them to make spits. Do they have spits in the States? You know, the ones that are in their shell and you put them in your mouth and they got seasoning all on them, and then you spit out the shell part. That's what I plan to do with them. Yeah,
like
sunflower seeds.
Yeah. We just call
them the brand name here. I don't know if it's there.
Oh,
that's right. That's right. It is a brand. Yeah. So like all the baseball players where they're always.
Yeah, like.
You like those.
Yeah.
I love those.
Okay. So you guys, are you going to be eating those in the house? You're just going to be spitting everywhere? Is that how you guys?
I feel like, no offense to anybody who does, but people with the snuff bucket,
Oh, yeah. You see Steph carrying on her bucket. She's like, excuse me.
Hey, my dad's from West Virginia, and it was a thing. You don't push anything past the ladies in West Virginia to have a little bit of chaw in their mouth. That's how I met Monica.
What are you
No,
talking about?
Oh, and the bottom lip would come like right out.
Oh, there you go. David sunflower seeds. Yeah. Vineyard chicks. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the one thing that interested me, Chris, that I really wanted to ask you about was on those giant Russian sunflowers, you were saying that you give the leaves to your rabbits. Now, one of the things that I've had concern with, and then I think we tried it at some point in time, was changing or adding something to the pellets that we give to the rabbits. And it really messed up their digestion. They started having like diarrhea and stuff like that. So
What do we give them?
I think it was the alfalfa pellets or something.
Oh, no, they didn't give him diarrhea. It like blocked him up or something. And it was bad. I think it was something bad about that. I'm not sure exactly, but people give their rabbits alfalfa. It's not like a bad thing, but it messed up some of our rabbits bad.
The one thing with feeding the rabbits, it's so funny because we get a lot of comments on our videos, varying on what you should feed your rabbits, what you shouldn't. And we kind of have, we've read the books, you have the guidelines, but we feed a very, very variety diet. Like, one day they might get sunflowers mixed with a little, like they still get a little bit of pellets every day, but they get some sort of greens with it.
Well, and I think it's one of those things. It's kind of like, it's like cattle, right? If you have them in the barn all winter and you suddenly throw them out onto pasture and their gut flora is not quite up to speed to deal with that, it kind of
gives them the poops.
Yeah, it wreaks havoc in them, right? And I think that's something rabbits, why not think it is. They use fermentation, but differently. So they have a whole gut flora, which is actually, you want to get really technical, it's in the ceca, in their lower intestine.
You get technical all you want. I never know what you're talking about.
The one thing we do find is
you don't know how much it's a smile and nod kind of thing around here.
That's what Eric does to me a lot of times.
So
but anyways, continue about the gut flora of the rabbits.
Well, I was just going to say that it takes a while to build up that bacteria, right? So I think where we maybe make it look easy with the switching food up, because we do. It's like, oh, grab some handful of weeds, grab some sunflowers, give them a corn stalk. We give them all sorts of stuff. But we've done that for a very long time, and they get it from a very young age, and their moms had it, and so you end up with, I guess that's part of the thing about selection, and where you can do it with rabbits so quickly if you have enough, is you can bump the ones that don't perform well relatively quickly compared to other.
You're basically selecting for what does well with how you want to raise your animal. It's not what's standard. I mean, I have people that come, for show animals from me and things like that to purchase show rabbits. And that's not what we do. I select all my rabbits so that they work for how we want to raise them. I don't care if they don't, we still breed them to standard, but it's one of those things. It's like, this is going to sound really terrible, but I don't need this rabbit to live to be 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, it's true.
Hey,
how are you? Yeah, well, that's with us though too. We raise. I think it's more important for people to remember: you raise the animals that you want to raise the way it's going to fit into your farm or your homestead or whatever it is. So if you know that you're going to want to supplement your rabbit's diet with all sorts of vegetables and things, go for it. I felt bad at first that I wasn't like constantly feeding my rabbits anything besides the pellets. So we were just feeding them pellets at first because I thought, okay, this is what's best for them. They, it's nutritionally stable and sound. And then I started kind of giving them a couple other things. And my daughter's like, no, Mom, we can't change up their diet drastically like that when they're used to having this. And so like she said, we tried the alfalfa pellets and we did it thinking, oh, this is going to be good for them. We're going to supplement. And it basically just ruined a couple of them. And we lost one of her rabbits because of it. And it was one of her really good breeders. So I guess you really have to raise it the way you want to raise it. Like you said,
and also watch your, like alfalfa pellets would be something that's really rich in proteins and things compared to going out and picking a handful of alfalfa, for example. So
and we didn't really pay attention.
Yeah, like it's like it's shocking if if we go a day and don't feed pellets and just feed greens instead, it's amazing how many times I got to go pick greens in the day to feed that rabbit and how much they eat. And the fact that I can throw something in and
it's gone.
You almost have to have a bouquet of all different things because they pick and choose little parts and then they come back, but eventually it's all gone. Even though you think they didn't like something, they come back and have it later.
Sure.
So one of the questions here from Sheila B, do you guys give your rabbit poop away or do you use it for fertilizer?
So right now it's pretty much all getting used for fertilizer because we moved, was that 2 years now?
2 years ago, yeah.
So there was some garden spaces here, but we've expanded that quite a bit.
Well, and they were garden spaces that hadn't been used in many, many years. So there was a lot of amendments that need to be made, and the rabbit manure is great for that.
Yeah, good quick. That and the sheep, they're both very good
for it. So I don't know, I mean, anybody who watches our videos, our rabbits are in hutches that we can move everywhere. So we just basically plunk them directly on the garden wherever we want them.
And that's a plus to the winter time because when you're not growing anything in it, you just put all the hutches on the garden and it's all right there. Yeah. And you just kind of have to level it out over the garden.
Till it in the springtime or whatever, and it's good.
And it makes really nice soil that way.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why them sunflowers got so big.
Lots of fertilizer.
Yeah, fertilizer
They did really well this year.
Yeah, the rabbit manure is fantastic. For those who don't know, you can put it right around your plants. You don't have to let it compost down.
Yep.
Which is fantastic. So when we started growing our fruit trees a couple years ago, like every other week, I would just go get some rabbit manure and just keep putting it around the base of the tree.
Did you do that for the right away when we first planted, or was that something you just started really doing? The first few rounds of fruit trees died, so. But he's got good looking. Yeah, he's got good looking fruit trees now. So I mean,
that's not what that had nothing to do with our conversation.
No, I mean, because you were putting the poop around it. I mean, did you do it back then, or did you just start recently? Because the stuff we got going on now looks good.
But that's the learning, right?
That's right. Yeah. That's the learning part of it. See? Thank you, Chris, for having my back. I got you.
Do you all use it for all of your garden stuff?
Right now, it sounds kind of crazy, but pretty much all the manure that we're producing is going back into our gardens.
Except for the pigs.
Well, except for the pigs. We don't.
Yeah.
That goes to a different pile.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the future it might change because we will eventually get to that point. But I guess we have other plans though.
Well, it's just right now with the amount of gardens that we're putting in that were not there before. It's like we've converted an old horse pasture, which the ground is just completely terrible. But it was nice because it was dead. There was nothing growing. So other than weeds, we found out later. But yeah, it needs years. I mean, my 12 rabbits can't produce enough to, do a 60 by 40 foot garden. But
yeah,
eventually.
Not by themselves anyway.
No.
Now, have you ever made rabbit tea? Have you ever done rabbit tea with it to spread the wealth, if you would, and extend the life of your rabbit?
We haven't.
Somebody did a video on that though just recently. Was that you guys? No, they had it in a really cute little teapot in the thumbnail.
Now we have.
Oh my word!
We have done other manure teas though.
Yeah, we did horse manure tea.
Yeah,
was great. It worked really well.
I think it's with the rabbit. We just don't.
Of course, that's like a 5-gallon bucket type tea, not a teapot.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that we tried doing the rabbit tea, and we tried using it as an all over fertilizer for our entire pasture. So last year we tilled the entire 7, almost 8 acres worth of pasture area. Hey, Alicia. Oh, wow. And so we tilled it all up, just tore it up. I was dying a little bit inside watching the grass just get shredded up. And I was like, but then we took, and he had a 50-gallon, what is it?
The 55-gallon drum.
The 55-gallon drums, the big blue drums. Yeah. He put a bunch of rabbit poop in there and then filled it the rest of the way with water. Problem was he put too much poo and not enough water. And it was the ratio was way off. So it was this muck, and it would get hot and bubble over this awful, terrible stew pot that was sitting in our pasture. It was so bad.
So how did you get it to spray out?
So
That was the problem.
So, you know,
It kept getting clogged.
we actually had a sprayer, but the sprayer was more for like spraying chemicals. So the orifices were all very small and everything would keep getting clogged up. And
We literally strained rabbit poo.
we strained through. What we did was we took screens, like window screens, and
Folded
it in a quarter. So it basically, I mean, it was like such a fine mesh.
Like a sieve. It was like a mesh. We put it through and we're like smushing it down. It was pretty ridiculous. It was before we did YouTube videos. Thank the Lord.
I really hope it worked.
No. One of the, you know, what I do for work, you have to learn how to manage time well, and every minute counts.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, when I started looking at what we were doing, you know, the idea was to help the pasture grow better grass. And I started thinking about it. The amount of time that I took to let everything compost down, strain it, spray it, all that, when we could have just taken it directly from the hutches and then just dumped it in the pasture and rake it out and let it compost down itself, it was not worth my time. So the sprayer that we had gotten from a friend of ours, because he wasn't using it, we basically just took it back. And you know, my dad, for people who don't know, if you watch our channel enough, you'll see my dad. He is the resident mechanical expert, and so he likes the challenge of finding things that are broken and doesn't work. And so our friend had a sprayer that wasn't working, and he fixed it, and we got it running, and we were just so excited about it. And then I watched it spray, and it clogged in about 10 seconds, and then I had to take it apart and put it together. And about 14 times later, I was like, you know what? Not worth my time.
Not worth it.
But before you took it back, did the kids help you clean that one?
No. We learned our lessons. We don't do that stuff anymore. If you're a real farmer or a real homesteader and you have something that doesn't have poop on it, then you're not really a homesteader or a farmer.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
So,
it was a little bit mess. It was a little bit of a mess, that's for sure.
So switching gears, one of the other things that really intrigues me about you all is it seems like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like your main source of food or meat is from sheep. Is that true or false?
True as of kind of last year.
Oh boy, you're getting them really good. It's not coming like really quick for him with these questions.
It is true, but part of it's because some things, like with the move, like the chickens, for example, when we moved, we really reduced our chicken flock to kind of the bare minimum because we didn't want to have to, because we keep so many breeders and stuff, we didn't want to have to move more than we needed. But then that kind of meant that last year was basically
we didn't eat any of them. We just grew our flock.
We expanded again to what we wanted, right? So the sheep are definitely one of the staples. So that would be the best way to put it.
Yeah,
they've carried us over this last year, but they're still
well. And now we've got that whole thing where now we're in that limbo stage because the sheep were our main sort of plan for our staple. You know, provide you with a couple 100 pounds of meat a year. And now we've kind of thrown the pigs into the mix, which we couldn't have had pigs at our old place. And so now we've got to kind of think about it because it's like, well, pigs produce a lot of piglets and then that's a lot of pig. So how do you balance? Like you only need so much meat. So what are we doing kind of thing? So we're at that stage.
Yeah.
I want to say real quick hello to Southern Sandy. Thank you for stopping in.
Mountain Grandma's in here.
And Mountain Grandma too. Okay, so tell us a little bit about these sheep. Like what?
I know you're intrigued by sheep. He's intrigued.
Well,
you like sheep.
And what I'm really getting at is, and I know they're called, what are they called? Icelandic sheep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess by the name itself, I feel bad for even asking the question of would they survive in a warmer climate, or would they just ultimately would they handle the heat like I do, where I walk outside and just complain and just immediately feel like I would rather die?
There's kind of two parts to that. There's a two-part answer.
It's hard because we don't. in all fairness, we can't answer that firsthand because we don't get those type of temperatures
for a long period of time.
We get about 2-3 weeks of the year in like continuous that put us in the 35 to just over 40 range, and they manage fine. But I also shear them very strategically so that they don't have too much hair in the winter or in the summer months, which helps, right? But they're supposed to be hardy enough to handle it all, but I don't know whether you could.
The other part is parasites because there's one parasite in particular, the barber pole worm, which is specific to goats and sheep. Goats are usually a bit better at dealing with it than sheep, but there are a lot of sheep breeds that are fairly resistant to it. Icelandics are not one of them.
Yeah, they need the cold to break the cycle.
Yeah, the cold is sort of important because when we get the hottest times of the year, it's not necessarily heat, it's the fact that heat fosters a lot of
parasites,
eggs from these barber pole worms, and then you get that effect. Mm-hmm. That would be the part that I think I would be more concerned about in temperature, would be the parasites.
So with sheep and let's see how I can ask this, because from a cattle perspective, you can sometimes you can taste the difference of the different breeds. Yeah. But is that the same case with the sheep?
Yes, very much so.
Icelandic meat is it's like butter. That's what I say. It's like butter.
If you've heard people talk about like a muttony flavor, when they talk about sheep meat, lamb is usually like a year or less, and then mutton is over. And mutton tends to get depending on the breed, tends to get a stronger flavor. Some people like it, some people really don't like it. The Icelandics don't get that. So it doesn't matter what age they are, they still taste pretty good.
What's the gestational period for sheep?
Just over 5 months.
5.5 months.
Yeah.
So
it's longer than pigs, but it's less than cattle.
Yeah.
So then what's the prime time, like age wise, to process a sheep?
Well, we usually have our sheep born so that it coincides with pasture, probably the same thing you do with the cattle, right? You want them to be, so we tend to not produce Easter lambs, which is the typical action of most big sheep farmers, right? They breed so that their babies are born in January so that they can have Easter lambs to sell. We don't do that. Ours aren't even usually, actually, no, they're usually arriving around Easter. But we tend to butcher in December or January time kind of thing, because especially now we're kind of doing it ourselves. So it's nice to have cold weather so that you can hang that and not have to worry about things like that, like butchering in summer months, that sort of thing. But usually you're about 7 months, 8 months kind of tops.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that would yield you a 40-pound lamb, like hanging 40 pounds.
So do you guys process yourself?
Not everything. We do some. This year we actually processed quite a few. What did we do? 5? We did 5 sheep and 2 goats this year ourselves, because the butcher wait time was absolutely crazy. And we were just like, we're going to do it. Yeah, so it was kind of one of those, we can't wait, we have to do it, so let's do it. But we've always done our own, like the rabbits and chickens and poultry and that sort of stuff, but never the bigger stuff. We do on the sheep, we do take some and get them butchered at an abattoir so that we can sell some. We don't sell a lot, but it's nice to be able to. Well, people ask, so it's nice to have some that's been processed by the books for selling purposes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's how we are with our pigs and our cows, is we take them to the butcher so that we can sell it. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
it sounds like it's the same way for you all up there.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
we want to.
There's been a couple questions on the milking part.
Yeah.
Oh man! What how did
I just put it up on there? What?
Why? That was.
See it.
You're trying to steal
You're
my
super
thunder.
behind. You're super behind in the chat. The chat is scrolling, and you guys are talking. I'm listening. And I'm participating. I'm in the chat. I'm here. You can't. I am multitasking.
Well,
We're here and left.
I can address because Living a Rogue Life asked if we were milking them regularly now.
Yes.
That was my question. That was
Okay.
my
We
that was
are-
my next
All we
question.
did this year was plan, and we tried it. I milked us each a glass to drink, and that was all we were going to do because we hadn't milked them prior to weaning. So trying to get them to start milking after weaning was probably asking a lot.
And they don't have the same, like a cow can be milked, like a dairy breed of cow. You can, some of them you can milk like over the year, right? The sheep don't have the same length of a lactation curve. So aren't they about kind
You
of
get
max? Is
you
about
get
4
three
months?
you
Three
get
to 4
3
months?
to 4 months of peak production, which peak production, this sounds awful for people who have cows or even some goats, but peak production would be about a liter a day.
With the lamb.
Yeah.
The lamb.
The lamb's going to take some, so you're only going to get 3 to 4 cups a day for us to take. And then after that, you've got about 2 months to 3 months where you could get kind of a, little bit of an effort, but you've got to decide whether it's worth it, kind of thing. So you're kind of getting all your milk in a very short time period, banking it in a freezer and using it as you need over the winter, which that's one of the really nice things about sheep milk is it freezes really nicely. You can take it out and make cheese or yogurt or anything after.
What are you freezing it in? Are you freezing it in jars or?
Well, I've slowly been collecting the little they're the canning freezer jars.
Uh-huh.
They're like the plastic, I don't know if you guys have the same ones, but they got green and blue lids and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I think those are going to be best because they stack nice and they're made for that. So I'm hoping.
And they won't break.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. We did do some in jars when we were freezing the goat's milk, and it didn't go so well. Some of the jars broke, and I just said, you know what? It's not worth it to have it all be wasted.
Okay, well, I was going to lead into that question. I didn't know that everybody knew that, but when I was watching one of the videos and I heard that you were going to milk the sheep, I'm like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
You can milk sheep? I mean, can you milk everything? I mean, obviously not like rabbits. But.
Well, I would not want to have milked our pig this year because there had to have been a lot of milk in there, but I would not want to have milked it.
Yeah,
she probably would have let us, but I don't know. I mean, ugh.
But I've never heard that before, I guess is what I'm getting at. So I mean, you hear like,
Uh-oh.
Is
that on our end?
Did we just lose you guys?
Oh, there we are. You're back.
We're still here.
Yeah, looks like something's going on with ours. I'm like, oh no.
So yeah, so what
okay.
Can you hear us?
Okay.
So what I was asking was, there's you hear a lot about like the goat products, goat milk, goat cheese, goat soap, all this different stuff, but I've never in my life ever heard of somebody milking sheep. Do you have a video on that by chance? I've never. I mean, is that like a Canadian thing or something?
I think it's just a person that owns sheep thing.
But I've never.
Cheese, artisan cheese. There's lots of really nice sheep cheeses.
I think it's one of those things, though. The milking sheep. I'm going to say this in a very generic way, but the milking sheep, I think, goes back. Like it's quite an old thing, right? Because you milk what you had. Like there's some cultures that milk horses just because that's what they have. But I think as the sheep industry, like you think a lot of sheep breeds are from like continental Europe or England, right? Or the Great Britain. But the sheep industry went from being kind of self-sufficient to more meat production. And I think they lost a lot of it because there are certain breeds that are newer that have been developed for proper milk, but a lot of them that are, I guess, worth milking are kind of the older, like Icelandic. They're an older triple purpose breed that,
yeah.
Well, that's very intriguing. I want to say that much because when I saw on one of your videos that it just like totally threw me. Go ahead.
Carla said all these different fancy cheeses come from sheep milk.
I don't even know how to say that.
See?
Well, the interesting part about the sheep milk too is like what you said about freezing, but you get a smaller volume, but it's fairly high in the milk solids. So your conversion from milk to cheese is closer. You don't have as much of the liquid
not as much whey.
Yeah,
Mhm.
afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So if you're making cheeses, you're going to get more weight. Even though you get smaller volume, you're getting more of that volume as cheese.
The one thing that I have to say surprised me most when I milked, and I will probably do a video next year definitely on milking the sheep, but we used to milk 6 goats every day. So it was so easy to hand milk the sheep compared to the goat. So that was something that I was very excited about because I hated, and people said that about the cows are easier to milk than goats too. But
hand milking.
Yeah, for hand milking. And so I was like, oh gosh, because the sheep, I mean, I'm gonna get a little graphic here, but I mean, like the teat is like teeny tiny like that, and you're just like, how am I gonna milk that? But
For the
it was
sheep?
easier than
Wow.
But I mean, it was easier than the goats. It was just like within seconds, I had a glass full. It was just crazy. So I was
That's
very
cool.
pleased about that. So yeah, everybody will just have to stay tuned until next spring when lambs are born. But it really wasn't fair when they'd all started drying up to then start trying to make them milk.
Well, you hadn't done the full.
Because I hadn't tried it. You know, we hadn't tried milking them because we had the cows. We thought that was our milk plan. So
yeah. So do you rotate yours? So Chelsea was saying that one of the things she does with her cows is she rotates them so that that she has them, they calve in different seasons so that she always has a constant supply of milk. Are you doing that with your sheep?
So with the Icelandics, we can't because they're a bit more seasonal. So like a lot of the goat breeds are very seasonal, right? Like kind of like white-tailed deer. This is the rut, and that's the only time. The Icelandics are a bit wider than that, but it's pretty much their breeding season is like from now to December.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of it. So you can get a little bit of a rotation if you wanted, but you wouldn't be able to do it quite the same.
How am I going to milk that? I like that. We need to write this down. That's going to go with the put and take, do better. And what was the one that you saw on the pepper thing there the other day? Oh, something.
How am I going to milk that? You're going to put that right across the chest. Alicia's going to wear that right across her chest. How am I going to milk that?
That's hard.
Hi, Vineyard Chicks. Thank you for coming. Oh my word.
Yes, thank you so much. So,
oh my word.
You know, that's the thing. I guess that you know, we had a problem with one of our cow calf pair a while back, and we had to teach the mama how to stand so that the baby could nurse. And
yeah,
the interesting thing was that, and I never really gave it much thought until I was trying to, because the calf wouldn't drink, I was basically trying to express milk out of the mama. But because it's a beef cow, her teats are much smaller than what a dairy cow is. And man, and that's why I guess it just like really blew my mind to think. So without being too graphic, if you will,
she just said little teats.
I mean, what are we talking about? Like an inch? Are we talking about 2 inches?
Well, I mean, earlier she said, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you maybe an inch and an inch and a half would be an awfully big teat on a sheep.
How do you even grab a hold? I mean, you just like
boop, boop. But it's great because you just slide it down between your thumb and finger like this, right? And you just bump up onto the thing and you just squeeze your finger together and it just all comes out. It was great.
Okay.
There was none of this. It was just like boop, boop, boop.
Okay. That works.
Maybe not with the sound effects. But freezing. I can't tell if it's our end or not.
I'm going to. There's been a couple good questions come up about. So I can't answer the one about the prolapse. I think we might still be there, but excuse me, with the prolapse we never have. But the Icelandics, you don't have to dock the tails, and the prolapse tends to happen because of the tail docking. Let me know if anybody in the chat, if anybody can still hear us. I'll keep talking. Just let me know. We're good. Okay. So I'm gonna keep going because there's been a couple of good, and hopefully they can come back on.
I don't know how to put them back on.
I think they
You
can
can't.
just automatically.
Okay.
Because they're the ones that, but if
Okay.
they're having, so I'm going to go to a couple of things. So about the prolapse, we haven't had to worry about it, but the Icelandics are a short-tailed breed. So we don't have to dock their tails, which is something that we like because it's one less management thing. Whereas a lot of sheep naturally have a longer tail and they dock the tails because wool doesn't shed water well. And anyways, it causes other issues. But we don't have to do that. So we've never had an issue with it. Not saying we couldn't, because you think you can get that with anything. But yeah, we've never had that issue.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that kind of feeds into another point that I saw it. I apologize because I can't go back and put the comments up. But I thought about the I think it was Vision Acres. You had one about the cows where they've got the period or whatever. I think the one thing about the sheep, and this is totally from a homestead, like you're feeding yourself, not producing more milk, because basically right there we said it, they don't produce you enough milk to make it commercially viable, really, unless you have a lot of them. But on the homestead scale is you can have the whole herd, you can have the rams, you can have the ewes, you can support all of that and be less dependent.
Yeah,
that was a big thing about us with the, I mean, you can do it with goats too, but unless you need a bigger operation for cows, right? Because then you're looking at having bulls, and unless you're really big, you're not going to likely have multiple bulls. And it just kind of snowballs, I guess. Yeah. So for us, we were like, we can have that complete flock, or you could do a goat if you have a herd. Oh, they're back.
They're back.
Oh my goodness! I didn't realize it was still going to be there. Thank you
we
guys.
Thought it was going to stay.
I was trying to at least. I see it scrolling up now, but we couldn't figure out. Our internet is acting really crazy, and we're up against the end anyway.
Mad about the internet.
Just wanted to say really thank you so much for you guys stopping in. I enjoy watching you guys' videos. Anybody that's out there that hasn't had a chance to check out HIckorycroft Farm, feel free to go over there, check them out. Monica's going to drop the link in there once again. Some great information in all their videos. Extremely intelligent people. I really appreciate all the videos you do, the time that you've taken to jump on here. Do you guys have any final words for the people?
For the people.
Well, definitely thank you for having us on.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
It's actually been really kind of fun to do the one-on-one sort of thing, like with you guys, being able to actually talk back and forth, because half the time in the chats we're doing that, like, oh my gosh, and we're like, yeah. So it's kind of neat to do the talking actually back and forth, which was fun. Mm-hmm. But no, it's
a community.
Yeah.
There's a name for it, but it's the community
exactly
aspect of it is always great.
And it's been great. We've definitely kind of tried to be watching the chat, and we've kind of caught a few new comments, new people, very interesting things. We're going to have to go back through and kind of look up some of the channels and stuff that were in here as well, because I definitely saw some different ones. So
I'm going to quickly, just because I'll give them a second to come back, because I bet you're doing the same thing again. To Vision Acres, totally agree with you that because the AI stuff with cows is an excellent tool. The part where you stumble less, but I stumble with it, is you're still dependent on whatever company has that. So while that's available, it's great. But that was totally, it's not a negative to it at all, because it's great technology. That was just for our decision, we're going with the sheep or goats, because we waffled back and forth with which one we were going to stick with. Was just that we can have all the genetics, and the sheep won because we can produce the milk, the meat.
Their triple purpose which made it worth having the extra animals to have all the genetics that we need. Yeah. And that just comes from, it sort of goes down that prepping line of our mindset, in that, you don't want to think that way, but if something happens, we'd still be able to do what we're doing. We're not dependent on anybody else. We're less dependent on anybody else. So that's kind of where we come from on the AI thing. But that was definitely something we were contemplating with the cows, was certainly having to venture down that line, because it was not possible to be independent with
Well,
the
and
house.
Vision Acre says they've got bulls across the street, so that's good because you've got potential access to that.
If
And
something happens, you've got
we
access.
were the other way because we stopped keeping the cattle because we have bulls all around us, and it's like, oh, if we ever have one, it's not going to go
A
well.
couple people have actually asked about the fabric. So I, prior to becoming a farmer, I ran our studio at our old place where I did, I had picture framing and I did quilting and crafts and artwork. I do a lot of wildlife painting as well. And so that's where this kind of collection comes. That's my secret issue, is that I'm a fabric hoarder.
That's a whole nother topic.
Because I love to quilt and I love to shop for fabric. So that's where all the fabric comes from.
Well, hey,
and this is only a fraction. You're like seeing a tiny, tiny bit of it.
Very tiny.
Very tiny bit of it.
Thank you guys for being great supporters, I guess, while we're off, doing whatever we're doing. You guys just keep the show going. So thank you for that.
We knew you'd come
We knew
back.
you'd be back. You can't stop us from talking. So
Well, as I was saying, we're up against our time. Just try to be diligent with that, at least that 2-hour time period. I don't want to go too long, but we really do appreciate you guys. Anybody that's in here, as I said, feel free to reach out to them. They're great folks. I'm sure they'll be willing to help any way they can. They are great people to deal with. I hope you enjoyed them being on the show as much. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Hit thumbs up. Go check out the HIckorycroft on Instagram, Facebook. Same thing with us. And I don't know. Hey, who likes good Wi-Fi that doesn't cut out all the time?
Farmers' wives do, but who likes even better people to come down from Canada and hang out with us for the night?
Hey, come on.
Farmers' wives do.
Farmers do.
Thank you so much, guys. See ya.
no problem. Have a great night, guys. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. All right. Bye-bye.